Sunday, October 21st. Lost track of the days there for a minute. I don't think I'm going to show any snakes today. There's lots of things that I could go home and film, but I just wanted to talk for a minute about why I'm doing this. Why am I putting myself out there? Not really a public kind of guy. I kind of like to keep to myself and stay private. So why am I making YouTube videos and putting myself out there in the public? Basically because my dad died in 2015, and he was, without a doubt, my best friend. I spent a lot of time talking to him. Anytime I had a problem with anything, I went to my dad. Even in my late adult years, he was always there for me. And when he died, it was devastating because I didn't have that ability to call him anymore. And it was really hard. And now, after 3 years, almost 3 years of him being gone, actually it's almost 4 now, I don't have anything to go watch. I don't have any videos of him doing just basic everyday things. I wish that me and my brother and sister had done something like this, so that now that he's gone, we could go back and watch YouTube videos just to have that daily reminder. Whenever you start missing your parent that's gone, what better way than just to go watch an old video of something he enjoyed doing? So I'm putting myself out there so that one day when I'm gone, my kids will have something to go back and watch. I mean, not that makes me the greatest dad in the world. I don't claim that. I'm just trying to think of a way that my kids will have something to go back and see if they want to. And I'm hoping that they will. So whether or not I ever reach 200 subscribers, 500 subscribers, 1,500 subscribers, whatever, that would be great. It would be nice to make a little bit of money off of making YouTube videos. But honestly, if I never make a dime and my kids one day grow up appreciating the fact that these videos were there, and I mean, as long as the internet is up and working and YouTube is operational, then from now to the end of the time, theoretically, my kids should be able to go back and watch these videos. One of the other things that prompted me into making these videos is the fact that, obviously, since my father isn't here, I don't have that the ability to do father-son things with him. So I watch a lot of different people's YouTube channels, one of them being Intelligent Reptile Design, or Intelligent Design Reptiles. I keep getting those two confused. IDR, Dave and Logan. That's father and son. And I was talking with Dave last week, and I was telling him that I just really think it's cool that him and Logan have that ability to share a passion together and reptiles, and to do YouTube videos together, so that, you know, one day when Logan's older, he can always go back and watch videos of the things that him and his dad did together and the fun stuff, the fun times that they had. And I think that's awesome. I wish that I had started doing this with my dad back, you know, when YouTube started. But who thinks of those things? I didn't. I wished I did. But since I can't go back and change the things that I didn't do right with him, I can surely make sure that I don't do or have those same mistakes now with my kids. So that's why a lot of our YouTube videos are going to have not just reptiles, but it's also going to be me and the kids doing silly things, and me making a fool of myself doing Fortnite dances and disgusting jelly bean things, and racing hoverboards in the house. Who knows what other crap we're going to come up with, but it's just going to be fun stuff me and the kids do. And one day when I'm dead and gone, Tyler, Jenna, and Jordan can go back and watch those videos and remember how much I love them and how much I desire to have a relationship with them. And that's the whole motivation for doing this. Anyway, I got my first ball python when I was 19 years old, and my mom and dad moved us to Florida because they just got sick of the snow. And I knew that my mom was absolutely 100% terrified of snakes. But I went into this pet store one day when I was bored and lonely and didn't have a whole lot of friends down here in Florida yet, so I was just kind of driving around and went into this pet store, and I saw this normal, there was nothing else at the time that I knew of, but it was just this full-size male ball python, and he was only $70, which nowadays I don't know if that's a good price or not, but anyway, I bought him and brought him home, and actually I met my mom and dad, and they were over at the church doing some sort of workday function or something, so I went over there and I saw my dad first, and I walked up to him and I had the ball python around my wrist, and he's like, "What have you got on your arm?" And I said, "It's my new pet." And he said, "I hope you're joking." I said, "No, I just bought it." And he's like, "Take it back to the store right now. Your mom is not going to allow that at all." And I said, "I can't take it back. There's no returns." And he's like, "You messed up big time. I promise you, you just messed up big time." And I was like, "We'll see." So then I went and found my mom, and as soon as I showed it to her, she jumped and screamed, or I don't know what exactly her reaction was, but she was not happy at all, and pretty much told me that it wasn't going home. And that's when I played the 19-year-old sympathy card. You dragged me away from all my friends and family and brought me down to this state where I don't know anybody and I don't have any friends, and now you don't want me to have any interests or hobbies either. And so I laid it on pretty thick, and Mom knew that I was really into carpentry. So she said, "If you promise me that you will build it an enclosure that it cannot escape from, then I will learn to tolerate it." So, yippee, I won. And so yeah, that's what I did. I built a really nice enclosure, which was way, 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 way too big for one ball python. But I didn't know any better at the time, and there wasn't none of these YouTube channels teaching people back then what everybody's learning now. So yeah, I had a lot of issues with him not wanting to eat, and he never really got sick or anything, but he didn't eat that great. But anyway, one ball python turned into my next snake was a reticulated python that I bought from a pet store for $175, and that was just a normal female. And so let's see, the first one I named Ozzy. I was really into some 80s hair bands back then. So my first ball python was Ozzy. The reticulated python I named Saigon, which was named after the rock band Saigon Kick. So I kept those two for a while. Saigon, eventually she was right around 12 foot, and I had a really nice enclosure that I built for her that stayed in my room. And basically we had a Boston Terrier that lived at home, and when Saigon got 12 foot and she was clearly capable of devouring a Boston Terrier, it kind of got a little edgy in the house, where Mom and Dad were not real comfortable with that big of a snake at home. And then one day Saigon, she lunged at me pretty seriously, to the point where I thought she was really, really close to biting my arm and wrapping me up. So I made a hard decision, and I decided to get rid of Saigon because of the conditions where I was living. You know, still living at home with Mom and Dad, and they had a small dog. And so I got rid of Saigon, and I traded her in for a baby carpet python. And I don't even think I named that carpet python. If I did, I don't remember what I named it. I didn't keep it for very long. I bought my own house, so you know, I was learning how to have a house payment, car payment, and you know, electric and water and all that stuff. So I didn't really have time to keep reptiles, or didn't really have the money to invest in them. So I eventually I got rid of everything, especially when I joined the police academy back in 1999. When I moved from where I was to where I am now, I couldn't bring any reptiles with me because I sold my house and I was renting, and so I just sold everything. I got out of reptiles 100%. And when I met my soon-to-be wife, she said to me that she absolutely 100% hated reptiles, and that she would never, or I would never own any reptiles as long as she lived in the house. Well, obviously you can see that that rule wasn't set in stone. And while she does not hold them, love them, or appreciate them like me and the children do, she has learned to accept them, and she does come out to our reptile room whenever we're out there, and she's not totally terrified to stay out there anymore. And I've actually got her to the point where she'll pet one. She's not brave enough to hold one of the snakes yet, not even one of the baby ones, but baby steps, we're getting there. And that goes the same for my mom. The same woman who was terrified and screamed that that thing was not going home with me now watches my videos and now comments about how pretty the new additions are, and how she's excited to see what we're gonna do with these snakes. And so yeah, we're changing minds and changing attitudes, and we are moving forward as a reptile family. To back up a second, back in let's see, Tyler was born in 2006, and so in 2010, for his 4th birthday, I kind of, I don't know if you want to call it a trick, but again, played the sympathy card, and you know, told my son said that he wanted a snake for his birthday, for his 4th birthday. So, you know, come on, let the boy be a boy. He wants to be a boy. Let him have a snake. Boys like snakes. Let him have a pet reptile. So I won that battle too. And Tyler got his first boa constrictor, which he still has, and her name is Bowser. She is really close to 8 foot now, and she is our mascot basically. She's on the picture that's on our shirt. Is not actually Bowser, but looks very close to the same thing. I just wanted to do like an explanation video about who we are and where we came from and why we're doing this. So again, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like what you see, and share us with other people if you think other people would like watching this as well. We're just going to continue to make videos and grow our reptile business, and this is kind of like just a diary of our journey along the way. All right, thanks guys, we'll see you later.